he comes back into Susan's life. He rolls up in his Jeep, and he just wants to say hello. He kind of surprises her, but she doesn't know that he's coming. He hasn't called to let her know, and so he basically drives up to her house and asks her out for dinner, and that begins their sort of reunion. And then he brings up some other ideas that he has that could potentially have very significant effect on her life, but that remains with her as to whether or not she'll respond in a way that would allow that to happen.
It's been since January since you were last on the show. Will it have resolved itself the same way that it would have had you not been absent?
I don't think it's necessarily a direct repetition, or I don't think they were able to take the initial idea and extend it over time and use the same sort of resolution they would have. I don't know that for sure, but I would imagine that because of the time that's passed and the number of characters that are on the show, that probably needed some reconstruction. It seems very, very, very different to me in terms of the details. The details are different. In other words, his character was said to have gone away and been offered a job as an instructor, a tenured professor at a school. That's what we talked about. And then now that is not so much to the forefront, but there's another development that's in the works.
Do you have any sort of residual effects from your accident? Is everything back to normal?
I've had a very fortunate opportunity to recover from something that could have been problematic, but I've come back 100%. So.
Do you remember the accident? What do you remember?
I remember being aware that I may do something unpleasant to one of my meaningful motorcycles, and trying to prevent that from happening, but it didn't.
You're mostly concerned about the motorcycle?
Always. No. You never want something that you love to get to be hurt. So, yeah, and I didn't want it to hit the road.
And are you riding again?
Not yet. No.
But you intend to?
I do.
Have you talked to other people who have had accidents about getting back on, and what? Are you nervous about it? You spooked?
No, I'm not. I'm excited. I can't wait. To be honest, I can't wait. I'm just taking sort of maximum time to make sure that the time frame that I was given by my doctors has reached its fulfillment, and then I will get back into it.
And will we see you again in season 6?
I don't know. I've heard that it's possible, but I can't give you a definite answer. It could be aliens. It could be spies. I'm not sure. But I'd love to, but I don't know.